More DJs than ever are currently uploading DJ content to all platforms, whether that be DJ mixes or live streams. DJs are encountering a lot of copyright issues and they want to know the best tips on how to avoid this. Now, as somebody that has been uploading DJ content to all platforms for a number of years, I feel like I have quite a high understanding of how the copyright system works, and I can actually give you guys some really good tips. So first of all, I'm going to explain how the copyright system works. So when an artist or a record label create a track and release it, they own all of the rights to that particular track. Now, the way that the algorithm detects copyrighted content in your videos or your mixes is that the algorithms of each different website will compare the audio in your mix or your live stream against all of the audio that they have in their library. If the audio in your mix or your live stream matches up with a piece of music that they have in their library, they will then claim it together and they will copyright your video or your live stream. So all of the copyright management is actually done by a computer. It's done by an algorithm detecting what audio is going on in your live stream or your DJ mixes. So there is actually some things that you can do to trick the algorithm to hide the music under each other and to basically avoid copyright in your YouTube videos and your DJ mixes. So it's worth knowing that there are actually 3 different types of copyright. The first one is a copyright claim, and this is the most common one. So a copyright claim is where the algorithm, let's say the YouTube algorithm, detects music in your video and it detects that it's also a copyright piece of content from their library. Now, what the YouTube algorithm will do is it will claim your video as copyright material. Therefore, the owner of the music that owns the music that you're playing from the library will now technically own your video. They'll be able to monetize it, and if they choose to, they can also remove it. The second type of copyright is a copyright block. So a copyright block is where the algorithm will detect your music, match it up against one in the system, except the original owner of the copyright material has decided that if anyone is playing their music, that they don't want that being published to the world. So they have decided that anyone using their copyright material will get a copyright block. The third type of copyright is a copyright strike. Again, this is when the algorithm detects that you're playing music and the copyright owner has decided that if anyone plays that music, that they are going to deliver them with a copyright strike. For example, YouTube has a system where you get 3 copyright strikes and then your channel gets permanently deleted. Now, this is not a common thing. Most people don't encounter any copyright strikes. I actually was unfortunate enough to get a copyright strike on SoundCloud a couple of years ago. I was uploading one of my mixes. It was a Fisher mix. It was doing really well. It was blowing up. It had a few thousand plays on SoundCloud, and whoever owned the content, whichever record label, decided to hit me with a copyright strike, which removed the mix completely, and it also put a strike next to my channel name, which meant that going forward I had some less features on SoundCloud and stuff, and that's why I don't upload to SoundCloud. I know a lot of people have copyright issues on SoundCloud. I know a lot of people have copyright strikes on SoundCloud just for uploading simple DJ mixes. So now that you know the 3 different types of copyright, I'm going to tell you my best tips on how to avoid copyright completely. So it is worth saying that there is no definitive one answer on how to avoid copyright. Copyright is a thing that affects everybody in every profession, and there's not just one simple thing that you can do, click a button and it goes away. You have to do many different things so that you can try and avoid the copyright. So the main things are, we don't want a copyright claim and we don't want a copyright block. If somebody claims our content, it means that we can't monetize that on YouTube. And of course, monetizing your content, having ads and making money from your videos is very important to some creators. But more importantly, copyright blocks are definitely what we don't want. You don't want to spend time, hours, creating a piece of content, making a video, making a DJ mix, and then uploading that on YouTube, just hitting you with a block. Nobody gets to see that. All your hard work has gone to waste. It's all gone in the bin. You have to start again. So how do you avoid the algorithm detecting the audio that you play? For me, the best tip that I can give someone to avoid the algorithm detecting what they're playing is by playing multiple songs at once. As a DJ, you want to play the best music. You want to play the most popular, the biggest tracks. And of course, they're usually the ones that have the copyright claims and the copyright blocks on them. So what I do occasionally, when I'm playing a track that's a really big track, and I know that it probably will get claimed, it may get blocked, I will play 2 tracks at once. So I'll play the original track that I want to play, the big track, and what I'll also do is I'll also get a drum loop of, let's say, a lesser known track, and I'll play the drum loop over the top of the big track. And this actually makes the algorithm not be able to hear what is going on, because the algorithm isn't listening to a song that is in its library, because I'm playing 2 songs at once, it doesn't recognize it as one individual song, and it can't claim the video, and therefore it can't block the video. Another thing that you can do to avoid copyright blocks and copyright claims is actually speed your music up or speed your music down. Also, remember to mask the tempo off. If you have master tempo on, then when you speed your track up and slow your track down, it's going to stay in the same key. So it's going to be easier to recognize by the algorithm. But if you turn master tempo off, when you speed that track up, it's going to go higher pitch. And when you slow it down, it's going to go to a lower pitch. Again, it's just making it harder for the algorithm to detect. Another great tip is to use effects and samples in your DJ mixes. In the build-ups and in the breaks, put some echo on there, put some reverb on there, maybe use some flanger. Try and make this track sound different than the original, because if the YouTube can't detect a large piece of audio against something that they have in their library, they're not going to be able to claim that video and block that video worldwide. If you have to, however, play a track that's by a big record label or by a big artist, then one tip that I can give you is to type in the word remix or bootleg after the name of the track. Playing a bootleg or a remix of the original will help the algorithm not be able to detect the song. I have had it before where I've typed in the name of a track and checked, and it does get blocked by YouTube. But I have managed to find a bootleg of that track, and the bootleg can actually be played worldwide. I've even had it on the occasion where I've been able to monetize a bootleg of a track. I've played it in a video, and the YouTube algorithm has not detected the song at all, and I've been able to run ads on that video and make money from it. And another tip is to do quick mixes between your songs. If you're only playing 1.5 minutes of each track, and if during that 1.5 minutes you're trying to use effects, you're using drum loops over the top of it, you're using sample sounds, the likeliness is that the algorithm will not be able to detect a copyright infringement. And my last tip on how to avoid copyright is to play acapellas over the top of your tracks, especially if you're playing house or tech house or trap or any sort of EDM that doesn't have a lot of vocals in there. Get yourself a vocal acapella and play it over the top. Again, this just confuses the algorithm where it can't detect exactly what you're playing, and therefore it can't copyright your video and it can't give you a block. Now, you may use all of these things and still encounter copyright issues. That is just something that is unavoidable. But what my best tip is, and my #1 advice on how to avoid copyright blocks on your videos is, you should check whether the track that you are playing regularly gets blocked. Now, how do you do this? Well, basically you check other DJ mixes. Type in the track that you're using or the name of the artist you are using and type in mix afterwards, and listen to other DJ mixes on your platform and see if they are playing that in their mix. Because if they are, then that means that that track is available to play. When I'm working on a big project and I'm spending a lot of time on a mix, or I'm trying to do something fun and putting a lot of time into it, I'll always check the tracks before I use them. I'll go onto YouTube, I will type in the name of the track, and I will type in mix, and I will see if anyone's used it in their mix. Another great way of detecting it is typing in just the name of the track, and if there are 20 channels that have uploaded that track, people with 10, 20, 100, 300 subscribers, then that means that that track is available to use without getting a copyright block. So if you check your tracks on the platform, you use all of the tips that I've just given you in order to make the tracks harder to recognize by the algorithm, then the likeliness is that you're going to avoid a lot of copyright claims, and you're also going to avoid a lot of copyright blocks. Another little tip is that you can actually use copyright-free music. If you type in the genre of music that you want and put copyright-free or no copyright after it in, let's say, YouTube and Google, you can usually find quite a lot of music that you can use for free that aren't copyright in your videos. But of course, this type of music usually isn't as good as the big tracks, as the big artists that you want to play. But it is worth bearing in mind that there is copyright-free music out there that you can use, especially if you want to monetize your videos by doing DJ tips or something like that. But of course, when you are doing DJ mixes, you want to play the best music, and these are my best tips on how to avoid copyright. So I promise you, if you use these tips that I've given you, you will 100% avoid some copyright claims and some copyright blocks. So there you have it. The challenge is to be creative, be different, and avoid those copyright. So if these tips have helped you at all, then do make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. I do lots of DJ tips and tutorials, and you're not going to want to miss them. Also, check the links in the description if you're interested in learning how to DJ. But thank you very much for watching. I hope this helped. And yeah, best of luck with your DJ mixes and your live streams. I will see you guys later.